From Peoria, Videomax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Daniel Shore and Davita Jackson. Our news anchors are Joanna Maggio and Lawson Barger. Our interviewer is Ariana Barrett and the Midstate News team. Sports with Matt Wetterston, Brian Beto, and Casey Schwartz. Our state-of-the-art hosts are Lamara Johnson and Linda Hong. Our resident cook is Valerie Matthews, and Vanessa Strickland is in need. About Town with Crystal Lay, our movie reviewer Rihanna Pouncey, and Steve Williams is our street team. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Daniel Shore and Davita Jackson. Take it away, kids.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's edition of Midstate Magazine. I'm Davita Jackson.
And I'm Daniel Shore.
And so, why'd you bring me this basketball?
Well, it's March, and that means two things.
Uh,
One, can you name either of them?
No.
All right, spring starts like March 20th, 21st, around there.
Uh-huh.
And the other thing is March Madness.
March Madness? That's why you brought me.
Basketball fever sweeps the nation. So
Oh.
that's what our theme for today's show is going to be. And I have some really interesting facts to start stuff off.
So what are you going to tell me?
All right, a lot of people don't know this, but March Madness, the term, actually started in Illinois. With
It did?
A man named Henry Porter.
But I thought Indiana was a basketball state because I'm from Indiana.
I don't know. Illinois started it, though. And in 1908, they actually started having these tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And by 1930s or so, it started to get into, like, you know, all these teams in the Sweet 16. And they played at U of I at Huff Gymnasium, which was before Assembly Hall, which everyone knows. And so
What else
now,
today,
IHSA and Illinois is the home of America's original March Madness.
Oh,
and
so that's why all the basketball players like Sean Livingston and like all the high school basketball players are so good and they go to the NBA because of that?
That might have something to do with it. I can't guarantee anything.
I don't know. So that's what I always thought.
Well, in 1939, Henry Porter coined the term March Madness.
Oh,
and
okay.
they started having it. And now, especially in Peoria, it's really big. And since it moved from Assembly Hall, I want to say in the 90s, do you know?
I have no idea. All I know is that when I came to Bradley, because I'm from Indiana, they were like, oh, yeah, Bradley had a really good basketball team back in the day, like in the 1920s. And now we just, like, stink. I don't know.
All right. Well, I don't know. We'll talk more about that now. But for now, let's throw it to news with Joanna and Lawson.
Thank you, Davita and Daniel. I'm Lawson Barger.
And I'm Joanna Maggio. Thanks for joining us this evening. The final designs for the new Peoria Playhouse are undergo. The multi-million-dollar interactive children's museum will focus on the needs of young children up to the age of 10 years old. The museum is expected to open in 2007. The El Paso Gridley School District is looking for ways to solve their $400,000 budget deficit. The district has announced plans to save $19,000 by eliminating the freshman sports division and cutting jobs that would affect over 30 people.
William Virtue, a Catholic priest from Central Illinois, was recently accused of sexual abuse that occurred nearly 25 years ago. Virtue denies the allegations but has agreed to step down from public ministry after having talked with the Peoria Diocese. The American Red Cross website states that there is always in need of blood and is encouraging people to donate. One blood donation can save up to 3 lives and takes less than 30 minutes. The Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated Theta Epsilon chapter will be co-sponsoring a blood drive on Wednesday, March 8, 2006. The blood drive will be hosted in the Bradley University Fieldhouse foyer from 6 to 12 p.m. For more information on blood donation, visit www.redcross.org. Governor Rod Blagojevich announced a $120,000 grant to Elm Grove Township to provide residents in the Meadow Lawn subdivision access to clean, safe drinking water. Currently, the township gets water from individual shallow wells, which have chronic problems with quality and quantity of water. The grant will allow the township to run piping city water mains to homes in the area.
Congress passed a new federal financial aid bill that gives students with drug offenses the opportunity to continue receiving financial aid to continue their education. Current policies deny eligibility for aid to any student with a drug conviction tried as an adult. Under the new proposed bill, students charged for a first offense while receiving aid will become ineligible for future aid for 1 year. Students with a second offense will be disallowed for 2 years, and students with a third conviction will be indefinitely suspended from any federal aid, with harsher penalties for selling drugs.
The Illinois House of Representatives voted last month to increase the driving time students spend with a parent and/or guardian to 50 hours. This charge is intended to enhance safety. However, critics question whether or not the length of the student's driver's permit will also be increased from 3 months. The bill will not take effect until the governor signs it. South Dakota legislator approved a ban on nearly all abortions, setting up a direct legal assault on Roe v. Wade. The bill will make it a crime for doctors to perform an abortion unless it is necessary to save the woman's life. No exception will be made for cases of rape or incest. Planned Parenthood has pledged to sue over the measure, which is scheduled to become a law on July 1st.
Lawmakers are working toward passing a bill that would allow pharmacists to refuse to fill prescriptions for the morning after pill based on moral convictions. Because of an emergency ruling Blagojevich issued in April 2005, pharmacies are required to fill prescriptions for in-stock emergency contraceptives without delay. Any bill proposed will need to be passed by a 3/5 majority in the Illinois General Assembly. With spring right around the corner, people are cautioned to be aware of infectious mononucleosis, commonly called mono or the kissing disease. Mono is commonly found in people 10 to 35 years old and is easily transmitted through saliva and mucus. The virus is easily spread by sharing drinks, kissing, and sneezing. The virus may live in the body for up to 50 days before symptoms arise. Symptoms of mono are very similar to those of strep throat and the flu. The most important steps one can take to prevent the virus are basic hygiene and not sharing drinks with others.
The American Cancer Society does a lot to inform people of the many forms of cancer, as well as raise millions of dollars for research every year. Recently, the American Cancer Society hosted a Look Good, Feel Better program for people with all types of cancer. Julie Merzwa has the story.
I'd like to welcome everybody. My name's Anna Getze, and I'm a volunteer for the Look Good, Feel Better program.
The program gives cancer patients a makeover to boost their self-esteem.
It's a program for all types of cancer, so not just breast cancer, or not just a particular cancer, but they can have any type of cancer and be in this program.
All attendees receive a complete kit filled with facial creams and makeup. A cosmetologist teaches them how to use these products to hide damage that the treatments have caused to their skin.
There's a lot of things or changes that they go through when they're going through chemotherapy. So the cosmetologist explains, dryness in skin, and the moisturizers are specifically geared towards that and the makeup. So it kind of helps them feel better about themselves when they're going through such a difficult time.
It is going to make you want to wear makeup. Maybe you're not a big makeup wearer right now, but you might want to, as far as looking perky. And like the lady said in the video, you want to take care of yourself. This is the time where you want to feel good.
Not only do they get the $350 makeup kit, but more importantly, they have people that they can talk to. So a lot of times after the sessions, you'll see them talking to each other about different things that they went through depending on their treatments.
For more information on how to attend this program, visit www.cancer.org. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Julie Merzwa.
The Bradley University Office of Teaching and Excellence Faculty Development is sponsoring the 14th Annual Student Scholarship Exposition on April 13, 2006. Undergraduate and graduate students in any academic discipline can present a project under the guidance of at least one faculty mentor. Cash prizes will be awarded within each college. An intent to participate form is due March 24th. For more information, contact Kim Willis at 309-677-4118. And now to Matt with sports.
Well, Lawson, we'll get to the college basketball stuff in a minute, but first it's baseball and softball. The preseason Missouri Valley coaches polls are out, and neither favors the Braves. Wichita State and SIU are 1 and 2 respectively in both polls. The Braves rank 8th in softball and 7th in baseball. The Bradley baseball and softball team will be presumably starting freshmen at shortstop this year. The softball team is coached by Buddy Foster, who's starting his first season as head coach on the Hilltop. And yes, Dewey Calmer is still the head coach of the baseball team in his 27th year as manager. To the pros now, Frank Thomas is now a member of the Oakland A's. After spending 16 long seasons in Chicago, Frank vented his frustration and dislike towards the organization. How do you think GM Kenny Williams took it? Well, first he called him an idiot to the media and then said this, quote, "We don't miss him, by the way. If you go out there and ask any one of my players or staff members, we don't miss him. We don't miss his attitude. We don't miss the whining. We don't miss it. Good riddance. See you later." Hey, Brian Beto, didn't this team win a championship last year?
Matt, they did win a world championship, but instead are acting like two kids who just won a Little League championship. For the first time in his managerial career, Ozzie Guillen has decided to keep silent, something general manager Kenny Williams should have considered. But this all goes back to Frank Thomas, in my opinion. The White Sox let Big Frank throw out the first pitch during the World Series, talk during the victory parade, and let's not forget gave him 16 years worth of paychecks. The Big Hurt should not feel hurt, but only grateful for all the Sox have done for him. Bottom line, both sides need to move on and look forward to 2006. In St. Louis, the Cardinals are still the clear-cut favorite to win the NL Central, but with some big losses and no major gains during the offseason, the gap is closed and has fans skeptical of yet another great season. And finally, the Cubs started camp with the familiar Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor injury speculation, but otherwise it has been relatively quiet as Cubs Nation looks to create some of that buzz it hasn't had since its South Side counterparts won the World Series championship last year. Back to you, Matt.
Thanks, Brian. The college basketball postseason is so close, fans can practically smell it. Here are some key dates as teams prepare for the stretch run. This Sunday at 5 p.m. on CBS, the men's bracket is announced. The men's tournament starts on the 14th, and the women's starts on the 18th. Well, in this week's athlete tip of the week, shooting a jump hook isn't easy. I guess it helps if you're 7 feet tall, though. We searched the Bradley basketball team for the perfect person to teach the jump hook, and we think we found him. It's senior center Brandon Heemskirk with the athlete tip of the week.
All right, I'm Brandon Heemskirk. This is Joe Fulton from the men's basketball team. We're going to show you the 3 keys to shooting an effective jump hook. First is your stance. You want your feet shoulder width apart with your elbows out. Next, on the catch, you want to catch the ball, put the ball under your chin. Third is when you turn, you want to extend your arm and flick your wrist. Now we're going to show you one in full speed. Of course, if all else fails, just go with the high percentage shot. I'm Brandon Heemskirk, and this is Joe Fulton, and that's your athlete tip of the week.
Finally tonight, the PGA Tour is in Florida for the Honda Classic this week. The Big Ten tournament starts this Thursday in Indianapolis for basketball. And next week, Brian will tell us who he thinks will win the NCAA basketball tournament.
Thank you, Matt. This week's Oddly Enough, in a small village of northern Quebec, a 700-pound polar bear was challenged to a fight when he wandered onto a street full of children. Lydia Anjou, mother of 2, wrestled the bear until a neighbor finally shot and killed the polar bear. Anjou only suffered minor scratches and a black eye. The villagers plan to nominate her for a bravery medal. Thank you for joining us at Midstate News. I'm Lawson Barger.
And I'm Joanna Maggio.
And I'm Matt Wetterston. Back to you, Davita and Daniel.
Thanks, guys. Joanna, I'm going to get you. She tried to toss the ball to me. She's crazy. So I'm all dressed up in my basketball gear, right?
Yeah.
Representing Bradley.
Gotcha.
I need to know, you know about where to go, basketball games coming up?
You won't see college teams, but you can go see America's original March Madness. You can see all these high school teams that are coming to the Civic Center starting this Thursday, actually.
For real, this Thursday?
Yeah.
So I can get my tickets
It'll be
and
the
everything?
top 8 teams in Class A high school.
Oh, okay.
And by 6:30 on Saturday, the championship game will start. And then the next weekend is Class AA.
So, like, are any
And
big stars?
that's for boys. Women's were the past 2 weekends.
Oh, women's, okay. So
yeah, you'll
big
see the
thing.
top players in the state. So it
So
should be
some
interesting.
of them will maybe be like another Sean Livingston going to the NBA?
All right, we got to go to In Need with Vanessa Strickland.
When most people hear about the play The Vagina Monologues, the normal reaction ranges from shock to giggles. But what's behind this shocking title is something important, and it's something that we all need to hear.
It's a piece about women, about what women go through, about everyday life stuff, about There's stuff about sex, there's stuff about violence, it's really empowering stuff.
Last year, over 2,000 campuses around the nation raised over $2 million for the prevention of women's abuse.
80% goes to Peoria's Center of Prevention of Abuse, and then 10% of every show, every worldwide campaign goes to our spotlight each year. This year it is the comfort women of World War II and the Japanese sexual slaves.
For the first time, women are able to talk publicly about sex, love, abuse, violence, passion, and joy, which are at the heart and soul of this movement.
I've experienced abuse personally and all that kind of stuff, so I'm very much so for the cause. And that's part of the play, is that we're making it known that this abuse does happen, and it happens to the girl next door, to your sister, to your girlfriend, you know, like, it happens. That's just, it's life. And so as hard as it might be, like, it's still good to almost face it.
So what do the guys think about all this?
It's not just the women that are trying to, like, prevent abuse. They're trying to prevent abuse of themselves by men. So, I mean, to have us working together on that, I think, is very important.
The Vagina Monologues isn't all about hurting. It's about healing, and girls just being girls.
So hopefully it just grows and it gets huge, and everybody's like, I love the Vagina Monologues. Let's stop violence.
I'm Vanessa Strickland for In Need.
Thanks, Vanessa.
So I'm sorry I cut you off last time. What were you saying?
Me and you, one-on-one after this is over.
Oh,
I'm going to get you. We're going to play horse.
Robertson Fieldhouse, I'm there.
Horse.
Horse?
Yes.
All right. So
No.
what were you saying, though?
I don't. What you have to say?
What were you saying?
No. What did you have?
You were talking about high school stars.
It's cool now.
You mentioned Sean Livingston.
I like, you know, that's the only reason why I go see basketball is because the basketball players are cute. You know, I'm shallow, whatever.
All right.
So tell me something. Inform me.
I will.
Okay.
But first, I'm going to show you the movie review with Rhianna Pouncey.
Just this past Sunday, Midstate Magazine alum Tammy Lane got to go to the 78th Annual Academy Awards as the nominee for achievement in the makeup for The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This is her first personal Oscar nomination, but it is not the first film that she's worked on that was nominated for the Academy Awards. That was The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. And here's a look at just how good this film was.
So be it. You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
Right. Whether you see an elf, a dwarf, a hobbit, or a gruesome villain on the scene during The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings, you are seeing the work of Bradley alum Tammy Lane. Lane worked on the set as one of Weta Workshop's prosthetics makeup artists. She worked with everything from elf ears to hobbit feet.
Glue was painted to the bottom of your feet. Then you would slide into these prosthetic feet. They would then hair dry glue around the seams of your feet and paint them with airbrushes and paintbrushes.
Each day was a long process for both the actors and the artists.
I'm ready to go. I think I'll go in my trailer now, listen to a little music, relax, and get ready for the scene.
The day started early in the morning in order to give the artists enough time to create their masterpieces. Then, after filming was done for the day, they had to undo their visually stunning work and take off all of the feet, ears, and whatever else happened to be attached to the actor for that day. The work done by Lane and the other artists in the film is flawless. As you see the characters, you forget that they don't have big hairy feet or pointy ears. Each prosthetic piece looks like it's really a part of the actor. The prosthetics and makeup are another way that the film draws you into the magical land of Middle-earth and captivates you from the start to finish.
Tammy's work on The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, it was truly amazing. I give Tammy and the film a special Get Real Oscar in Makeup and Prosthetics Achievement. Congratulations to Tammy on her work with The Chronicles of Narnia and her Oscar nomination. For Get Real, I'm Rhianna Pouncey.
Thanks, Rihanna. All right, Daniel. So I heard that Bradley has been in the Division I Men's Championship game twice. So
Correct.
since you know it all, tell me what happened.
All right.
Okay.
1950, Bradley lost by 3 to CCNY, the City College of New York.
Wow.
And then in I think it was 54, they lost to LaSalle University by like 16.
So we haven't been that good for like
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been at least 50 years.
I mean, we're good, but we just need to get
maybe
back
this
up
year's the year, though.
It
They've
could
been
be.
playing really well. So, is that all you have?
That's
all
I got.
Okay, all right. Street team now with Steve Williams.
Welcome back, folks. Again, we're scouring the Peoria area to find the smartest people, and today I think might be our day. We're gonna find them. How many donuts are in a baker's dozen?
13.
13.
13.
12. 13.
That's right, Tony.
Yes. The bakers used to give people an extra donut if they got a dozen, like as appreciation.
Yep, see, Tony's got it. How much does a pound of feathers weigh?
Ah, come on. A pound. A pound.
Pound?
A pound.
Very good, very good. If you're an American outside the bathroom, where are you inside the bathroom?
European.
So what we gonna do?
If you're an American
we'll
outside
talk
the
about
bathroom,
the
what are you inside the bathroom?
Dual use trademark.
American?
No. Did they throw it?
An American inside the bathroom. You would be European.
Very good. Get a little joke in there.
Yeah, I got it. Got it.
What is the estimated population for the U.S. and the world?
6 billion.
Very close.
I think the world is like 7 billion and the U.S. about 350 million.
Millions.
300 billion.
6 billion. That's for the world. It's 6.5 billion.
Okay, and then for the U.S., like 300 million.
Very good. All right. And looks like everyone did fairly well this week. I guess we'll have to toughen up the questions for our next episode. Until then, stay classy, Peoria. I'm Steve Williams.
Thanks, Steve.
So.
I'm loving the basketball.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna go test my skills
Can
out.
I have it
after.
back after the show?
No.
Maybe? All right. So there's something really interesting that went along with the IHSA starting March Madness,
Okay.
and then the NCAA wanting it.
Okay.
And that's the NCAA really wanted, call their tournament March Madness. It's a good name, it sticks. And so they took it to the U.S. Court of Appeals, and it set the precedent for what's called dual-use trademark,
What is that?
where the IHSA and March Madness can both use and the NCAA can both use March Madness for the
Oh.
copyright.
So that's why it's
purposes,
big
so.
for basketball and college at the same
Yeah.
time. I never knew that.
So it's
Thank
pretty
you
interesting.
for informing me.
No problem. All right, State of the Arts now with Lamara.
Today we have with us Michael Vujovic, but his friends call him Mike, right?
That is
Okay,
correct.
can I call you Mike?
Yes, you
Okay,
may.
cool, all right. So Mike, how are you doing?
I'm very good. How are you, Lamara?
I'm pretty good. We used to be buddies, back in theater. So it's my little buddy right here. So you're a musician. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter.
Okay. You play anything else besides the guitar?
I've been playing bass for 6 years, and I played trumpet for 10 now.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I am a fellow musician. I play the flute. Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
right.
I dig that. I like the flute.
Yeah, flute's pretty good. Flute's pretty good. But yeah, so how long have you been playing?
Well, actually, like I said, I played bass for 6 years.
Mhm.
I had a band in high school until I was a freshman in college. We did a lot of original stuff. I picked up the acoustic guitar when they broke up because it's tough to write a song on a bass. So I picked up the acoustic guitar about 2 years ago. I've been singing and songwriting ever since. And yeah.
Cool. So what you gonna perform for us today?
Well, it's a song that I wrote over the summer, actually, while I was living here in St. James, and it's called "The Devil Wears Red." It's about.
What's that about?
It's kind of a risky song. It's kind of about a woman, So
Okay. Well, you gonna play a little bit for us?
yes, I am.
All right. Well, I'd like to hear that.
got too many desires just running through her head, and will she'll keep you out on the edge. She'll keep you in suspense, but don't forget, boy, the devil wears a red. And where she'll catch your eye across the room, and you'll do anything you can. You'll tell yourself plenty of lies, like she's just another woman. And when she'll creep inside your bed at night, she'll run around in your head. But don't forget, boy, the devil wears a red. You may not hear the message now, but what I'm telling you is true. Oh, if you don't watch your step, you know that devil will get you too. And it's a concept that few ever grasp, and some will never learn. If you play with fire, boy, you're gonna get burned. And we'll she'll catch your eye across the room, and you'll do anything you can. You'll tell yourself plenty of lies, like she's just another woman. And when she'll creep inside your bed at night, she'll run around in your head. But don't forget, boy, the devil wears a red. And where you're going, not even God dares to tread, 'cause he knows that the devil wears red. Ha! And when she'll creep inside your bed at night, she'll run around in your head. But don't forget, boy, the devil wears red.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Very welcome.
Back to you, Davina and Dan.
Thanks, Lamar. I really enjoyed the music. I'm like still bobbing
I enjoyed
my
the
head.
dance. It was
You're a really good
reminiscent of
dancer.
junior high.
Yes.
So.
Junior high
We
basketball.
could have tried to be a little farther apart, but I don't know.
It's okay the next time, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll let you scoot in a little. You have to take things step by step.
Step by step.
Step by step, day by day. So, okay, March Madness is going on, right?
Right.
So who do you think's going to take it?
Who's going to take it? I don't know. I haven't filled out my bracket yet. Do you fill out a bracket? Or?
I just go watch the cute guys. You know who I think is really going to do good? The Pacers.
That's going to be tough because they're not in the NCAA.
They're not?
No.
Are you serious?
That's an NBA team. You maybe the Hoosiers?
But I thought they could do like both. Okay, I don't know anything about basketball. I'm sorry.
You could go with the Hoosiers.
I go with the Hoosiers.
You can go
IU.
with Indiana State. You can go with
Bobby
Indiana
Knight.
University.
Bobby Knight coaches that, right?
Bobby Knight's not the coach anymore.
He's not?
When was the last time you watched basketball, Davina?
It's been a while.
All right. I don't know about you sometimes.
So who do you think is going to take it?
We got to end this edition, so that's all for this week. And Midstate Magazine, I'm Daniel Shore.
I'm Davina Jackson.